Alright guys, so this time around I want to show you guys exactly how a cheese comp is supposed to work. And there are different versions of cheese comps, but I will go from the 3 most essential cookies that you need to have on a cheese comp. And then we'll show you guys different options that you guys have in order for you to utilize this team composition in the arena in order for you guys to climb out of maybe like a lower rank all the way up to the higher rank. So here we go. So the most important thing that you need to have on a cheese comp is going to be Ginger Brave. Alright, Ginger Brave is going to be the core cookie for this comp. The reason why is because of the fact that the dash is only an 8-second cooldown. Alright, only an 8-second cooldown, and also you are able to knock back all the enemy cookies into one single line. Alright, so that's why Ginger Brave is going to be the best front line when it comes to a cheese comp. Alright, so with the Ginger Brave, you're gonna have Tiger Lily. Alright, so what Tiger Lily is supposed to do is Tiger Lily is supposed to jump at the enemy afterwards. Okay, afterwards, following up Ginger Brave's skill. Okay, and then she's going to pounce on them with her Tiger. Right, and then causing a 3-second stun. And on top of that, when she is riding her Tiger and the Tiger is like scratching at the enemy, it actually allows you guys to push them even closer to each other. You know what I'm saying? So even if Ginger Brave hits the enemies like this, and then for say this is the front line and this is the middle line, yeah, you're gonna be able to push them this way, but it might not be fully grouped together, right? So in order to group them even closer, Tiger Lily is going to pounce on them, and then that's going to push them even further together, and then she's going to start scratching at her. All right, so you need to have Tiger Lily. If you guys don't have Tiger Lily, it's actually really hard for you guys to actually make this comp work. And then after that, what needs to happen is Almond actually has to cast a spell. All right, so this is a skill order. Okay, this is a skill order. Ginger Brave is supposed to push, Tiger Lily is supposed to pounce, and then right after they get together, Almond is supposed to cast his spell, which is supposed to do a damage link. Alright, so what the damage link does is the portion of the damage that's supposed to be taken by one of the enemies is going to be dispersed, alright, to all of the other enemies. And it's going to be dealing 105% of the damage, right, for 3 seconds. So this is huge, right? So the thing is, guys, if you don't have these 3 right here, sorry to tell you, this comp is not going to work. Alright? Yeah, these 3 are going to be necessary, like essential. You have to have them. If you don't, then sorry, probably going to have to find a new comp. Alright? Cheese comp, you have to have these 3. There are different ways to utilize other, some of these other cookies in different teams, but if you want to find a cheese comp, then these 3 needs to be there. Yeah, because Almond is supposed to help you one-shot the entire team with the damage link. If you don't have Almond, then it's not gonna work. Tiger Lily is supposed to group them together as well as with Ginger Brave's skill. If you don't have these 2, then it's not gonna work. Alright, the reason why it's called cheese comp, I believe, is because you're kind of like cheesing your way through. It's not really like a super strong comp, but it allows you to like beat many of the other compositions out there, like that higher ranks are using. So that's why I think they call it a cheese comp. I just call it the Ginger Brave Tiger Lily Almond comp, which is very long, right? So the main core damage dealer when it comes to having a cheese comp, alright, is normally going to be Seafaery. And the reason why it's going to be Seafaery is because of the fact that Seafaery has a huge damage output with the, with the 350% as well as the 415%. Alright, on top of that, you are doing stun, and this skill cannot miss, right? This skill is not going to miss. So it's going to always hit those 5 enemies, so it's never going to miss. So this is going to be probably going to be the first skill that activates. After that, we have different options here, alright? there are different options. You can use sorbet. Alright, you can use sorbet to do more damage. You can use these true damage, right, as well as a single hidden damage. Or you can take out sorbet. You can also use black raisin. Black raisin is actually really good here too, guys. Alright, because of the, you know, when they're all lined up in a straight line with the gingerbread as well as tiger lily. And on top of that, if Seafarer is doing the stun, then you're actually able to use black raisin to deal a ton of damage as well. Okay, and then if you can't have that, you also can use raspberry here too. So what will happen here is gingerbread was a push, tiger lily stun, almond link, sea fairy is going to stun as well as damage, and then raspberry is going to go in and finish off the damage dealer or the DPS on the enemy team. So you could do that as well. I have seen mala cookie, or mala sauce cookie actually be part of a cheese comp as well. I have seen moon rabbit, oh not parfait. I've seen moon rabbit cookie come out as well. All right, and then I have seen squid ink, but squid ink is not that good. I feel like you need to be able to match squid inks really well. I have seen espresso. So before Seafarer came out, espresso was the other one. Okay. And yeah, I mean, pretty much those are going to be it. I've seen vampire back in the day too, but it's not, they don't do that anymore. It's just not good enough. All right. So Seafarer is pretty much going to be the best. If you don't have Seafarer, if you don't have Seafarer, then you can use the, you know, sorbet as well as, oh wait, so I missed one. You can use Seafarer and mango. This is actually really strong too. Alright, Seafarer mango is actually really strong. And then yeah, if you don't have Seafarer, then obviously you can use someone like sorbet and black raisin. That's fine too. You can use black raisin, raspberry, okay, black raisin, mala, okay, or black raisin, I don't know, or you can use sorbet, raspberry, sorbet, mala. So it really doesn't matter. It's just you need to have a great burst damage here, but the main one you want to have is going to be Seafarer. Really, licorice probably won't work. Yeah, the reason why licorice is not going to work is just the burst damage is not high enough. So the toppings for these cookies, all right, so toppings real quick for these cookies are going to be, all right, gingerbread is going to have 5 almond, solid almond, because you want to have him just kind of push the enemies and tank for you. All right, and then tiger lily is actually going to have, I need to put back topping, but I'm just gonna put this for now. All right, 4 swift chocolate and 1 bouncy caramel. The reason why you want to have 1 bouncy caramel is because you want to have the tiger attack a couple more times and swipe at them in order to, you know, keep them grouped up together and also do some damage. So that's the reason why you want to have 1 bouncy caramel. I have seen people go with 1 solid almond as well. Okay, so that's a build that you want to have for tiger lily. And then for almond comp or almond cookie, you want to have 5 of the solid almond. And the reason why is because there is a chance for him to be you know, ambushed or assassinated by other cookies. So you want to build him damage resist. It doesn't have to be a ton, but you just want to have almond cookie with full solid almond. All right, so those are going to be the main thing. And then rest of the cookies, so rest of the damage dealers, they just want to have full 5 searing raspberry. When it comes to Seafarer, sorbet, you can have black raisin, moon rabbit, raspberry, mala, all of them, they're all going to have 5 searing raspberry. Okay, so those are going to be the toppings for this comp. So in order to counter this comp, okay, there are different ways, and one is to use tiger lily on your team with someone like this. Okay, so back, or not back, but right now too, a lot of people are using this build right here, this team build right here, in order for you to counter, because tiger lily is going to pounce at the enemies right at the same time as the other tiger lily, so it stops them from making it happen, right? So it stops them from comboing properly. You can also use a full swift chocolate Licorice, but you need to have like super good you know, cooldown on Tiger Lily. I mean, not Tiger Lily. You need to have super good cooldown on Licorice. Okay, and I have seen Latte too. Latte works too, but Latte you need to have like maximum cooldown as well in order to cast the spell super fast. Because Licorice already has, I believe, like 40 seconds, but Latte is 15 seconds. Okay, so those are gonna be the way to counter it. Treasures when it comes to the cheese comp. You need to have the scroll because you need to maximize the damage that you deal in order to one-shot the enemy. The next one is going to be, you have a different option. You can use the paper charm. The reason why we're using the paper charm is because people can have crepe, right? People have crepe, and the crepe is going to give 50% damage resist buff to 2 of the lowest HP cookies. That means there's a chance for your damage lane to do less damage, as well as the DPS of the other team to survive. That is why you want to use the paper charm to get rid of that buff. Okay, that's going to be option. If you want to, you can use actually the bear jelly. All right, the bear jelly's lollipop. This is going to increase the attack of the highest cookie and the crit for 5 seconds, which will allow you to do more damage. I've seen people use the scythe as well. All right, so it just really depends on what you want to go with. Normally, I go with the paper charm, scythe, and the scroll. That's how I go. Okay, but you can always do something else too. It really doesn't matter. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much what a cheese comp is, guys. For everybody who's been wondering about what a cheese comp is, the cheese comp has started off with, I believe it was, this used to be it. Yeah, this used to be the beats on like, yeah, top, or like the cheese comp that they originally had, right? But nowadays it's just not that anymore. It's just so many, because Beat Cookie pushes back 3 of the enemies as well, so it's just so much better. But now it's just like, it doesn't matter. You can just, or maybe I think it was no Tiger Lily, and then you just use espresso here. I think it was like this, something like this, right? Okay, things like this, but you know, it doesn't really matter anymore. I don't even remember, because back when this cheese comp was like the meta thing, or like everyone was using it, I was not even in the game. I didn't even know how to play the game back then. So yeah, it's just, you just got, nowadays it's like every single one is going to have these three, and then everything is going to be just the 2. All right, but you really need to have these 3. Yeah, you need to have these 3. So that's pretty much it, guys. And then, like I said, the counter is going to be using Tiger Lily as your own, or Licorice with full serve chocolate, Latte with full serve chocolate, and yeah, I would say those are going to be your best options for you. All right, so I forgot to hit the record button for us to show you guys exactly how the cheese comp is supposed to work. So let me show you guys exactly how it's supposed to work. All right, so here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put it at 1 time. So you see right here, gingerbread is supposed to use skill, Tiger Lily pounds, almond chains, boom, and they're gone. Right, I like using black raisin more though. Okay, so that's an option, but just I have right now sorbet built with some toppings, so yeah. All right, so let me show you guys other options too. All right, because I know some of you guys don't have every single one of these cookies, so let me just go and show you guys different ones as well. All right, so here we go. This is another one with sorbet as well as black raisin. Took out the sea fairy. It won't do as much damage as it would. All right, okay, but right now what we need to do is, you need to be able to group them and just kind of, you know, hit them. But right here, you see how Sea Fairy survived? Okay, if Sea Fairy survives, then it's gonna be a little tough. So the reason why you having Sea Fairy and the cheese comp is so good is because of the fact that, you know, when you don't have that burst damage, then there's a chance for the enemy team to survive. All right. Okay, so that's what it is. I mean, you can still beat it. All right, you can still beat it. Like, you see how much damage they're doing? They're not doing damage. Okay. But I would really say you probably need Sea Fairy. Yeah, you probably do need Sea Fairy. Sea Fairy is pretty much like the best one. So, and right now my mango doesn't have anything. So, my mango has no toppings on. So look. Look at that. look at the damage on that. Because on top of the scroll, I'm getting a damage buff from mango as well. So this one's really strong too. Yeah. So you see how strong Sea Fairy is? You can definitely have it work without a Sea Fairy, but it's definitely better to use Sea Fairy. So yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, do I recommend using the build? Yeah. You guys want to see how many people attack me every single day with the cheese comp? Crazy amount. One right here. What the heck is this? So they're using Twizzly on this? I see there's one right there. There's one right here. There's one right here. There's another one right here. Another one right here. Another one right here. Okay, another one right here. See how many people attack with the cheese comp? It's so good. It's like even in top rings, they always come back. All right, so yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. But I hope the video helped. I hope you guys had got some extra information on the cheese comp, and hopefully you guys can utilize it if you guys have the 3 cookies as well as some extra DPSs, and climb your ranks all the way up to maybe even diamond, high crystal, wherever you guys are. All right.